Hi all. So this is a continuation session. So in the last session, we discussed mostly about those pipelines and all, and we have created an app service in the Azure cloud, and from there we created one YAML pipeline as well. So and that at that time, what we have faced was like we need a parallelism so that if we need to run a pipeline in Microsoft hosted agents, then we need a parallelism from them. So we raise a request for them, and now it's getting it's approved actually. So currently we will be able to run the pipelines. Basically, the notification will come to our email so that once we raise a request, they will process it, and 3 to 5 business days they will take, and they'll update it via our email. So I got the response from that that parallelism is approved, so that I'll be able to run the pipelines. On that day, we tried to run the pipelines, and we got an error like we have some parallelism issues and all. Okay. So let me check this pipeline. Okay, I do have that pipeline in place. So let me review that pipelines once again. So, okay, here basically the step was like we have two steps. One is build and the other is deploy. Two stages we have. So in the first stage, mainly that application will be built, and the building process will be taken care, and we just select what kind of image we required and what all the tasks that we need to perform. Here we perform one npm install, and also we perform one run build as well. So here what I will do, right, path to publish, I'll put it as build actually. Instead of this directory, I'll be putting as build. Okay, so it can take it from there, build. So there will be one folder or something that will be created whenever that build is happening. So I'll be publishing that artifact to this build, okay, build container. And in this deploy, we have like once we have these artifacts in place, first of all in deploy, we will be downloading that artifact, and then the download path is this, and that's also fine. And also we have that web app AZ Guruschools in space, and this is the location of the package, means that artifact actually. So this is the name of the artifact, and this is the location actually. So yeah, actually this we have configured in the last session. I just go through it and that's it. So let me commit, let me save it. Commit means saving, okay. So once we commit it, it can be act as a trigger also. If we need to trigger a pipeline, if we configure with trigger like when a commit happens, then it will be automatically like that pipeline will start running. Okay. So for now, I'm just committing it. It will ask for some comment. Okay, I just put it as by default. Here we can change the comment also. Like, okay, we can mention what change we did. Maybe we added, for example, if we have removed any steps from this that we can mention here. It's like a best practice. Like you need to mention actually what you did over here. Okay, so it is not mandatory, but if you follow that, that would be better, because later also you will be able to understand what actually you did on that commit. Okay, did you get that?
Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah, basically, we are just putting some comment like what we did.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay,
Just like abstract word. That's it.
okay,
Okay, see, automatically that pipeline started. We didn't do anything, but it started automatically. That's why it's an automatic trigger. So it will be started by default by automatically whenever one new commit is happening into that branch. Okay. So let's see, it is job is running. Yeah, let's see what's. Let me go to the pipeline once again. Edit. Okay. So main trigger stages build. Control latest npm1 install custom run build container. Then next stage. So download artifact and then is validated. Okay, meanwhile, this is the website that we will be trying to deploy. Okay. So once
Okay.
we run the pipeline, this is a YouTube clone. You can see that it will be created like this. See, if I search for Guruschools, like it's not a static one. It is like it will be created. It will give us the real time videos. See, if we click here, it is a video.
Yeah.
Okay, the real time. That kind of website that we are trying to deploy. Okay.
Okay. But is it giving some errors, sir? Like while we are committing?
Here.
No, I mean in
Okay.
the YouTube
No,
page.
no, 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 no. I'm just checking there. And pipelines. Okay, it is showing that it is done, but that artifact is not generated, which means there is some error. So we mentioned that we need to create an artifact, right? That is not
Yes.
created here, so that we need to check what's happening over there. So
Okay.
let's troubleshoot that. Edit. So okay, stages, build, Ubuntu latest task, install, custom run build, task publish artifact, import,
Is it happening because we did some editing, right, in the party in the path publish, like before, like it was like build something, then we put to build.
Yeah, actually, that was not the issue because we didn't mention anything. Anything means we only change the path to publish. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's fine actually. I'm checking what's here. Schools, RM, stages, build. We have VM ventilators, steps, task input, install. But here that job is not taken correctly. Okay, what we will do, right? We will be, okay, let me cancel this form. I'll do one thing. I'll delete the pipeline and I'll create it once again. So to delete the pipeline, we need to type the name of the pipeline to confirm. Okay. So here we have, this is the name of the pipeline. Okay, let me try to delete it and I'll create it. Okay, okay, let me try to create a pipeline once again. Create pipeline. Azure, okay, clone YT. Then this is like start a pipeline. I'll remove this and I'll just copy paste it. Maybe the in the like the indents or something may cause some issues. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let me check state build Ubuntu latest. Okay, build drop container Ubuntu what device. Okay, okay, okay. Azure subscription name is clone by. So here, okay, clone by T. This is the name. This is the subscription name. So I'll change it.
So earlier was it different, sir?
Yeah, it was different because in other project this is clone YT, right? In this clone YT clone, actually I have that service connections name test SP.
Okay.
Okay, so in the current project, it is the name is this actually. Okay, so that's why I changed, and the web app name is what? Easy Guruschools. I think rest of all is perfect. We have two, right? We have AZ Guruschools and Guruschools. So AZ is the one that we will be using for that second project. Okay. So let me take it AZ Guruschools. Okay. And let me check. Save. Okay. So that pipeline is created. Let me run the pipeline. And there is one thing that we need to configure. So in this app service, in that app service, actually we need to create an environment variable. Okay, actually it is for um, like in the previous, this is the old app service that we have. I'll show you what kind of environment variable that we have. See, when you click over here, you can see two variables. This this is for removing the cache. Otherwise, what happens, right? Whenever we deploy, the cache will be there and it will not it will not show the updated content. The cache will restricted. Do you know what is cache?
No, sir.
Do
What
you
is it,
know
sir?
that?
No, sir. I don't know.
Okay, cache is something like you can say something like a buffer memory or something, because
Okay.
basically it is used for to 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 get more seamless experience. Which means if we have a website and all in place, like we are accessing, then what happens is the browser and all will bring the data of the websites to our system, and it will be saved as a cache in our local system. Okay, so whenever we are trying to access the website, it will directly go to the cache and it will take it. So if the
Okay.
cache is available, then it will go there and take the cache. Okay,
Okay.
so what here we are doing is we will not put that cache because we are updating that website now. So if the cache is in place, then it will not give us the updated content. It will give the old content because it is already saved as cache. You get that?
But sir, like both website dynamic cache and the other folder, like was it by default or did we created that?
No, this one we need to create. Here we don't have this. No, here we don't have this environment variable. We don't have it this here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we will do, we will create this. Okay, in the AZ one.
Okay.
Okay, here that's why I'm mentioning while you creating, uh, make sure that you have created these two environment variables. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'm copying this. Let me go to the Azure. Okay. So I need to create that two environmental variables. It is to uh, like remove the cache. Otherwise, the cache data will be shown and we will not be able to access the updated content. Okay, easy Guruschools, environment variables. Make sure go to app service. From there, you need to under settings, you will find environment variables. There you need to
Okay.
click on add and add that environmental variables.
Okay. So we have to
Website,
create this two environmental cache all the time.
yeah, you need to do this. You need to do this. Otherwise, what happens, right? Whenever we are doing a new deployments to this app service, it will not reflect correctly because we are creating a static website, right? So it will not help us to load the new data.
Okay.
It will restrict. So I will take the other one also. Let me add the other value as well. Never apply. So I just added that two values. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you are apply. Let me put the other values as well. Never apply and apply. Okay. Confirm. So now it is available. No.
Okay.
Okay. So here, see, I'll go to this. See, here we have different steps. What all step we have, right? We have few steps. One is for npm build, right? We have built the application. So that is created, that is run by default, and it is taken care automatically. Then we did a run build, right? Run build, see, run build. That's also taken, and it is done. Now the third step was publishing an artifact, right? So
Yes.
that artifact is also published. So which means that artifact is available in the drop as a name drop. So the drop name is an artifact name drop. Okay.
But sir, last time, why wasn't the artifact been created? Like, was there any problem?
Yeah, that's what I said. In uh,
Or-
in in pipelines, actually, the intent is very critical. The intent
Okay.
was not perfect on that. That's why what
Okay.
I did, I just removed it and like put it as per the intents. So make sure that intent is correct, because see
Okay. Okay.
stages like this, the intent has to be in correct order. Otherwise, it will not take. In the last
Okay.
pipeline, we are not able to see any of this task, right?
Yes.
It is just running something, and we are not able to get those tasks one by one task. Here what
Yeah.
happens? See, here what happens is all those tasks are taken care. We have three tasks in place, right? One is
Yes.
npm install, the other is npm run build, and the final one is publishing build artifacts, right? So
Yes.
that all those things are taken care. And you can see one here, one artifact is generated. You can see that.
Yes.
Here also you can see that published, right? Which means one artifact is created. If you click on that, you can see the name drop. Actually, we mentioned the name as drop, right? So it's
Yes.
available. When you click it, see, actually, this is the entire package. We don't need to look into this because that is completely on the development side. We don't need to think about it. But but the thing that we need to understand is once we mention a task, once we include a task that mentions okay publish artifact, that artifact is created with the name drop as expected.
Drop. Yes.
That's the thing that we need to think. Okay, so that build is done. See, here we can see permission needed waiting. Okay, it's asking for permission. Let me click this. So this pipelines needs permission to access the resource before this can continue to deploy, which means here what happens, actually the build was run whenever one update is done in this repo, right? We just like add some lines or we just make some changes in this pipeline and save. Then what happens, that pipeline start running, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the build was done. Now it is in the next stage,
Deploy.
deploy stage. For that deploy stage, we need to give the permission. So I will
Okay.
permit. Okay.
Okay.
Once that permission is done, then it will do what it will do. It will start running those tasks that we have mentioned in the deploy stage. Okay. See, we have mentioned one stage called download, right? That is done. Now there is another step called deploying what? Deploying that web app, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to update app service configurations. Yeah, these things will be taken care by this, that pipelines. So we can see the logs in this flag screen. Let's wait for the task to be completed. It's fully updated the app service configuration details. Meanwhile, I can explain you what's happening. First of all, what actually the process is like, we are using a node application, right? For node application, the step is like, first we need to install, okay, install, then what we need to run build, this we need to perform, then what we need to
Deploy.
publish
Okay.
artifact, right?
Yes.
Once this is done, this will be happened in one VM. Okay, we can call it as an agent. Once this is available, once this is done, so this is build stage, and in the deploy stage, what happens? It will download the artifact, right? And then what will do? It will deploy the web app.
Yeah.
So this will be the deploy stage, and which will be taken care in another VM, which is an agent. So
Okay.
once this is done, this artifact will be exported to the Azure DevOps. And once this Azure artifact is available here, this step will refer to this drop artifact that we have, and it will consume that artifact and it will start deploying. You get that?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, see. Successfully deployed, updated, successfully updated app service configuration, successfully updated deployment history. Okay, app service. Look, okay, we can go to this website and it will be available. So, okay, let me see. Please check AZ Guruschools. Okay, this was the earlier website. Okay, AZ Guruschools. If you see here, you can see AZ Guruschools, right?
Yeah. So is it the same website, sir, or
No, I'm just, this is old one. Okay, before the deployment.
Okay. Okay.
I'll just try to refresh it. See now the updated content is available, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Got it.
If I search it, yeah, it's like a clone of YouTube. See, you can see
Yeah.
DevOps
Is that
Azure.
it's just a random clone created by someone else, right?
Yeah, it is created by someone else. Actually, we don't care about it now. We are
Yeah. We
just,
just containerize it.
yeah, we not containerize. Actually, we just created a CI/CD pipeline for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the help of Azure DevOps, actually, we created that.
Okay.
So the idea is, actually we can deploy that application using all these steps, but with the help of Azure DevOps, what we did was we created two stages. Okay, we used agents for that, and in one agent we perform this much task. From there we get a drop of one artifact. Okay, we get one artifact, and we consumed that artifact in another agent. Maybe this will be same agent, but let's say it will be different. Okay, we can say like that. And this artifact will be consumed by the deployed stage, and with the help of that, it deployed to the web app.
Okay.
So as I said, no, there are Microsoft hosted agents, and also self-hosted agent. Okay. So Microsoft hosted agent it will be like it is a shared kind of environment, which means we will get we will get a user, and that task will be happened inside that VM. And once it is done, then it will go. Okay. So it will be coming from Microsoft side. Self-hosted means we may have a dedicated VM for that, so that we can run every each task in this VM. Okay.
Okay.
So, and the difference is also here, when Microsoft provide us an agent, it will be acting like as a shared what we can say, shared compute for us. So, for example, they may provide us this. Okay, they may provide the same agent to somewhere, uh, to some other organization also. It's like that. It like only the task that we need to perform. No, that will be happen inside that.
Okay.
Okay, do you get the idea? When we have self-hosted, we will have the complete ownership of that. Like we can start it, we can stop it like that. It is a VM itself. No, nothing else. VM itself. Okay. When we
Okay.
think about Microsoft, then they will give us. Okay, they will allot us a agent. If you see here, see once we can see one that build starts, then it will be checking for something, the agent, and then once the agent is ready, then only it starts.
Okay.
So on during that time, Microsoft will assign an agent to run this task actually. So in that agent, this task will be taken care.
Okay. Got it.
Do you get that idea?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. So yeah, now you can see I have two websites. You can see Guruschools as well as AC Guruschools. So basically, what you can do is, what you can test it out is, create a web app, an app service. Okay, with the help of that video that we have in the previous session, and configure this CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so that you will be able to understand. Actually, the CI/CD pipelines help you to automate those tasks. We can manually do this task now. We can run install, we can run build, we can get something, and we can deploy web app. This we can do it manually, but with the help of Azure DevOps, what we are doing is we are automating it.
Yeah. So, sir, this self-hosted in the sense like, is it like Docker and Kubernetes are the self-hosted?
No, no, no. Self-hosted means it's a VM that we have created in our Azure portal to run this task. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
If it
But
is a
as this
Microsoft hosted, then Microsoft will give this agent whenever we are triggering that pipeline. That's it.
okay. But I thought like this web app itself is, I mean, is taken care by the, I mean, of course, like it is taken care by the Microsoft for containerizing, and then we have used the CI/CD to run that application. But what about like Docker and Kubernetes? Like they are also like containerizing the application the same way. So is it like Docker and then Kubernetes and then web app? So are there like different ways to containerize the application?
Uh, Web app is not a method to containerize. Okay. Web app and app services are mainly give us it's a utility. It's a service that we can use to deploy our websites or mobile applications or like that. Okay. So how we need to what we can say, develop our application. For example, if we have a website, how we need to develop it. We can either dockerize it, like we can containerize it. Otherwise, we can
Yeah.
directly, without containerization also we can do that. That's a different methods of approaching that software development, I think. Even if we are in a Docker using Dockerization or containerization role, or without, if we are not using containerization, we can deploy application, no issues.
Yeah.
But containerization will give you more portability, more reliability.
Yes.
In
As
terms
a
of,
clone itself is a containerization, right?
sorry?
I mean, as this YouTube clone was, I mean, this is the one like we actually like, download the container and then run this container, right?
Yeah, see, here what happens, right? Someone created a code for YouTube clone. Okay, we just used it. We don't know
Yeah.
whether they used any containers or something for it. We don't know. Okay,
Okay.
we didn't use any like Kubernetes or something here, right? What we did was we just mentioned, okay, install, run that, publish the artifact, use the artifact, and deploy the web app. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we created this web app as, if you remember, you can see that we selected the stack as Node JS18, right?
Yes.
If we have another runtime, which means a custom runtime, maybe the developers will Dockerize that. Okay. So with the help of Docker container, we can deploy. That's also possible.
Yeah. 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 I mean, you already discussed in the last session, like we can also like, get the Docker file instead of
Yeah.
the,
Yes.
um,
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
So, like, see, uh, these are different ways. So,
Yeah.
if we are only concentrated on containerization, we will not be able to understand what all things are there apart from Kubernetes and containerization, right? So, these are actually the concept that is apart from that. It is not related to any containerization at all. Even if you
Yes.
have a containerized application or something, that's also possible to deploy, no issues. But actually, we know, right, how to create a container, how to create an image, and all things that we know. So now
Yes,
that
sir.
that's why we created in another aspect, so that you will be able to understand. Okay, in this way also we can deploy an application, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So this was the main. So this was the main agenda for today, because uh, like actually it was to be finished on the last session, but due to that issue that we faced on the Microsoft, means we didn't have any quota for that, so that we raised the request. That's why we like left it off in between. But
Yeah.
now, it's finished, which means you can refer these two videos and do that. And I'll like, there is on the next session what we will be doing is like we will try to explore something like stages. Okay, stages, or we
Okay.
can say that slots. Okay, slots you can mention, so that we can
Okay.
discuss on the on next session. If you are not available tomorrow, then we can take it on the day after tomorrow as well. And yeah, I'll give you an idea on that part. So see what happens. For example, here the Y2, like the YouTube is, I'll make it as YouTube. Okay, I'll call it as
Okay.
YouTube. The YouTube website is working, right?
Yes.
So let's see. If I'm thinking, where is this? I'm thinking I need to put something, or I need to change the color or something. Some changes I need to do. Okay, or what we can say. Okay, the developers did some updates. Okay, they changed some kind of alterations or some kind of makeover to this website. And
Okay.
once, like, whenever an update is happening, a new commit is happen here, then the pipeline build will happen, right? It will be automatically triggered, right? So,
Yes.
but the deployment will not be taken care because it will ask for us the what? It will ask for permission, right?
Yes, sir.
And while deploying, which means if I approve, what happens? It will deploy the new version of this application and it will be available here.
Yes.
Okay, so let's consider we are doing or what we can okay we are like doing a new deployment means an updation of this YouTube, which means the developers did some changes. Okay, developers did some changes in this YouTube and they did some makeover. So I need to create, like I need to deploy it once again. Okay, means I need to deploy the latest update. Okay.
Okay.
And let's consider someone is uploading a video. Okay. Uploading a video to YouTube. At that time, I'm trying to deploy. What happens? This YouTube website will go down, right?
Yeah, of
Because
course.
I'm redeploying.
Yeah, you're working on it, so the server will go down.
Go down. To avoid that kind of scenarios, we are using slots. Okay, you can say it as deployment slots also. Deployment slots. Okay,
Okay.
actually, deployment slots is something like there is a concept called blue green deployment. Okay, blue green deployment is nothing but, yeah, let me take, I'll tell you what it was. We will have two copies, which means app. I will call it as app. Okay, this is the one first application. Okay, this is the one application that I have. Okay, this will be in normal case. We will have one application. So once we need an updation, it will go down, right? Once we update it, what happens? The server will go down. After the update process, the application will be working, right? So in this kind of deployment slots, what happens is it will have two versions. Okay, V1 and V2. Okay, exact replica, we can call it as exact replica. Okay,
Okay.
and in blue green deployment, it is like we can call this version 1 as blue. Okay, and the version 2 as green. Okay, and let's say we want to update the website. What will happen is we will update this. Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the traffic can be hitted to this, which means the old version.
Okay. Okay.
And
So the website would be same, but it would be having like two replicas.
two replicas. Okay. And once the updation is done, it can swap.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yeah. Yes, sir. So even though if you are working on updation part, so the users can still access the website
Yeah.
on the green
Yes. Yes. Yes.
replica.
Yes. 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 Green will be working, and once the blue deployment is done, then that like switching can be happen, or we can swap it, or we can, once this is updated, we can do another thing like we can forward the traffic to the blue version and we can update, like swap it to here or replicate it to here, like that we can prefer, so that the server will not go down. It's a kind of approach actually. So for that purpose, actually, what they will be using deployment slots. Okay, this deployment slots is available in See, you can see deployment slots, no?
Yes, sir.
In app service, in web app, actually, you can see the deployment slot. In this deployment slot, we can create slots. Okay, that part we will discuss on the next session. Okay,
So,
just
sir, basically, does this blue and green part like would be, I mean, those replicas would be there by default, or are we going to create those replicas?
we will create a deployment slot. Okay,
Okay.
so this can be achieved. This approach can be achieved with the help of deployment slot in a app service. So what we will do is we will create a deployment slot, and we will, and along with that we can see that okay, how many percentage of the traffic can be forwarded to that deployment slot.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say if we are working like updating the blue version, then the green will be available, and we can swap it like that. You can see one option called swap also here. See, swap is there
Oh,
now.
yes.
Hmm. So once we have that, we can do that actually. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that session, that part will we can discuss on the next session, so that you will be able to understand the industrial live industrial kind of scenarios of it.
Yes, sir, definitely. Um, I'm not sure about tomorrow's, but definitely will, if possible, like we'll arrange on Thursday.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll take it on Thursday. No issue.
Yeah, because Wednesdays are going kind of like busy this time. So if possible, like arrange, some other days instead of Wednesdays.
No issues. Yeah, we'll take it on Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. I'll share the recording as well as the link, so that I'll give you that pipeline code as well, so that you can test it.
Definitely. So,
So the intent, the space, which means that intent that we have now, that lines, this intent, that is very pretty much important.
yeah.
That's why it was not working earlier.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Then we'll catch up next day.
Yes, sir, definitely.